What's good, y'all? It's your boy Nikki Duce, a.k.a. Mr. No Disrespect. And you're now tuned into No Disrespect. How y'all doing?
What's happening? It's Swap in the building. So my baby, I'm back in town. What the fuck is good? It's been too long.
We got, we back in town. And we got a couple special guests with us. Y'all can introduce yourselves.
Yo, what's up? It's Ali, back in the house. No disrespect.
And
Glad to be here.
And then we got an extra Ali. He a usual fan. I shouldn't even call him a special guest. He's just a casual nigga that come through. But we have a real special guest.
Ooh, special now.
Special now.
Okay, yo,
That's
your girl
what's up.
Neems, fellow
Neems.
Midwesterner from
Oh yeah,
Indiana.
you missed the fist bump. By the
Oh,
way.
I'm so sorry. You know, my
Welcome to No
peripherals-
Disrespect.
my
It's
peripherals
all
are
good. No
yes,
worries.
No disrespect. Don't hold me accountable for anything
We-
I say here.
We actually we will hold you
I was
accountable.
about to say, you will be quoted.
You
Yeah,
will
we'll
be
be
quoted.
given credit.
Yes.
You will be on the IG page, whatever you say. But nah, we finally got a black woman back on. We
We've been looking and we in Atlanta. Ain't that a goddamn shame?
Have y'all
fucking
been looking?
shame.
Because y'all are in Atlanta.
We-
I cannot be.
I mean,
We've been looking, but it's like we need that subtle we need that median, that happy median. I
Yeah.
can't have we can't have some motherfucker in here who's gonna take the show. You feel me? But we can't also have somebody who's gonna be too subtle. So we
Yeah,
need to settle.
we couldn't have no
Subtle medium.
scutters. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
We
I feel
gotta we gotta elevate. We ain't in Cincinnati no more. Like we gotta get that scuttleville.
Facts.
I'm hearing y'all. I'm hearing it.
So man, there's been a lot that's been going on since we last been on air and stuff like that. Like Endgame came out. You know what I'm saying? Game of Thrones started and shit.
Disclaimer: spoilers.
Hella
Spoilers coming.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers are here.
If
I was
you
gonna ease
still
into
live
it.
under a rock, get your ass up out of there and go watch that damn movie.
Y'all have
For
had
real.
2 weeks.
Right,
2
you had
weeks.
too long as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
I think
that
that's why
milk
we-
is
yeah.
going
I've
bad.
seen it twice now.
We took
right.
we
For
took
real.
our time with this because we wanted to make sure everybody could watch the film. If you haven't watched it yet, you probably don't give a damn anyway.
It's,
so
it's
shit.
on you at this
Just
point.
listen,
Yeah.
just
There's
just
something
sit back
really
and
wrong
listen.
with you.
And if you're not caught up on Game of Thrones, I don't know what's going on with you either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are the two biggest things going on right
Goddamn
now.
Pilgrim. You know what I'm talking about. Go watch that shit.
And with those two big, media, cinematic, all that big word, $15 word shit, all that shit coming out right now, I feel like there's a debate in between that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something we haven't had this much anticipated for film or TV in a long time. And I feel like we've been getting to that conversation that which one is better.
Didn't they come out the same weekend?
Same weekend.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
week.
Well, I won't say they
Same
came out the
week.
same weekend. The best episode, the episode we was waiting for in Game of Thrones,
The
came
long
out the
night.
same weekend as the Endgame.
Yep.
Yep.
So it's just back to back.
We got spoiled.
we
For
did
real,
that
we
whole
got
week. I
spoiled.
was high. I was in good mood.
Was it,
Portland won
and
that
it was
week
a pay
too.
week too. God
And
damn,
it was a
bro.
payday.
It was a good week.
I was on a high. Like, oh my god. Like, got paid that week too. It was great.
Just got paid.
Friday. night.
But I think with all that going on in that week, it could be a debate as far as which one would you rather see. You know what I'm saying? Like Game of Thrones with episode 3, that was the long night. That was the big budget episode that they
Epic.
spent a lot of money on that didn't really do shit. But that's another conversation for another day. But
I
yes.
think they made it back with that Starbucks cup.
Nah, it wasn't Starbucks. They said it was a local brewery. I think
Oh,
it was-
really?
Yeah, I think it was like Pete's Cafe or some shit
Shit
like that.
lying, bro.
I was about to say that was still promotion
It
for
was
Starbucks
Jason's
because
Deli.
people thought it was Starbucks.
right. People thought it was Starbucks.
But I wanted to see, because it's funny that the main character in Endgame is named Tony Stark, and one of the main characters in Game of Thrones is named Arya Stark, and that made me think,
Who was the best start?
who's the best Stark?
Battle of the Starks.
Battle of the Starks.
It's really interesting.
I wanna-
Because
I'm
I'm
a-
a
yeah.
huge nerd, man. It's so tough. Because, like, 11 years, right?
11
years?
years. That's
That's
childhood.
Tony Stark,
adulthood.
11 years, adulthood.
Not
like,
even that, bro. Like Iron Man wasn't no A-list ass superhero
At all. I
Iron
didn't
Man
care
was
about any
No,
of his shit.
second grade.
Iron Man
Second
was the
grade.
Ant-Man of the Marvel.
Facts.
Like
Yeah.
he wasn't really that.
He was just smart.
Yeah.
No, low key, all of them were second grade. Like,
Yeah, Avengers.
nobody wanted to touch them because it was just like it couldn't be done. Like, you couldn't bring them together as a cohesive unit. But like,
Except for Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man, he could be his own brand. Like
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was the only
like,
one that
it's
stands alone.
The most popular. Like,
Spider-Man's the Marvel Superman. Like it's,
Facts.
everybody know who he
Yeah,
is.
He's the
everybody
neighborhood.
know who that is.
He's the neighborhood plug.
But-
Neighborhood drug dealer.
But like, if I'm speaking like personally myself, I would. It's so tough because Arya, and they both have their own journeys, you know, but it's all about which journey you relate to the most. And I can't really relate to Arya like that because she's like on this revenge tour right now. You know, she's got a list, she's knocking them names off. But like with Tony, I relate a little bit more, which is that, you know, if you look at Iron Man 1 and all of the movies going forward, he really just develops more as a person than who Tony Stark is. Because when you first meet him, you think he's an asshole. But then...
He is.
Yeah, he is. And like by the time that Endgame rolls around, it's all
Still an
about what
asshole.
Captain America said in that first Avengers movie. He's like, you're not the one that would lay down your life. You know, you're not the one that would let the other guy walk over you.
It's that redemption story.
That's
It's
what
that
Captain America
redemption
said?
story. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
said
was
it in
a-
the first Avengers.
Cap's a bitch ass
Yeah.
nigga, bro.
Hey,
Flat the
hey,
fuck
yo.
out.
I really-
Why y'all
Cat's a-
hating? I
ever
love
since-
Cap.
Who like
I love
Cap?
Cap now.
Who like
Nah.
Cap more than Iron
Now.
Man?
Nah,
Not anymore.
I didn't fuck with Cap ever since Civil War. Ever
You was
since
rocking
that-
with Cap and Iron
Team
Man,
Bucky.
Ali,
Team
in
Bucky.
Civil War.
To be honest with you, I was rocking with Cap in a way where it's just like, yo, that's my homie. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he
You
was doing.
you thought you was Bucky. You were like Cap would have my back like he had Bucky back.
First
mean,
of
bro.
all, fuck Bucky. Bucky,
Nah, bro,
Bucky
you
a
gotta
piece of
chill.
shit.
Yeah.
Bucky is a
Gotta
piece of
chill.
shit.
Bucky is the epitome of Marvel white privilege.
He
But-
is, but I fuck with Bucky.
Because he got away with murdering a black man. That's what he said.
Because you got to think about the time period.
Plenty.
Right,
It was
true.
exacted.
He killed
was
T'Challa daddy. What you mean? That was about 3 years ago, right?
I let it go. Okay.
No, that wasn't him. That was someone else, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Nah, it was him.
Bucky.
Oh, was it?
That's why
Who,
he
who
went.
killed Iron Man, daddy?
No,
No, he
T'Challa
He
daddy.
killed his daddy too.
Oh, he killed
Yeah.
T'Challa
Daddy.
daddy? No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Why you
he
think
bombed the
T'Challa was
fucking-
fighting him in
yeah.
Civil War?
Oh yeah, he blew up that bomb, but it
Yeah.
wasn't really him. They just
Yeah,
blamed it
it
on
was
him.
it was Baron. Whatever.
Yeah, they
that-
blamed it
Baron
on him. It
Zemo.
wasn't really
But
him.
he did kill Iron Man's parents.
Yes,
So
we
he-
will
That
agree
was
with
on-
that.
that was
He
on
did-
camera.
He did do a lot of.
Okay,
fucked
my
up
bad,
shit in the
Bucky.
past.
It's still fuck you because he
Yeah,
killed
yeah, yeah.
Iron Man mama and daddy.
That's
Facts.
going to happen.
He choked her out, though.
But you see, like that's the thing. Like I
God
low-key
damn.
did side
He
with.
looked like he
Captain
liked it,
America in
too.
that.
You said
Fucking
what?
freak.
I did side with Captain America in that because it's just like Iron Man was just enraged that he, you know, Captain America is backing this dude up, but you know, I've been messing with this dude for so long. But it's just like, you know, with Bucky, I kind of understand like that struggle where it's just like he lives with that shit, knowing that he didn't want to do any of those things. He was controlled by Hydra. So it's just like
Nigga, cover your ears.
no,
The
but
fuck? How you gonna let a nigga
No,
read you
they-
a whole
they
long
tied him
ass
down,
poem?
bro. Come on, man. But
That
like,
poem was random as hell. It was like cowboy, bebop.
Yeah, it's a train tracks.
Cowboy Bebop. But yeah, no, I mean, I reside with Tony Stark more because I feel like that's kind of how we are as people, where we're on a high, we're feeling good about ourselves, where it's just us in the world, and you become really selfish, you become, you know, very egotistical and narcissistic. So in society, that kind of makes sense. You know, when someone has that much success, they need to get humbled. He got humbled in that first movie, you know, and like he kind of realized what his product was doing to the world. And he kind of, if you think about it, which is amazing in Endgame, his wife Pepper Potts, like she, you know how in the end she's like, you can finally rest.
Right.
It's almost like Tony Stark hasn't slept since he left that cave in Iron Man 1. So if you think about it, it's like he's just always been trying to redeem himself in a way and always protect the world. I like that shit.
I mess with you. You're a real nerd.
You know,
I broke it down.
So it's just like, it's just dope how like his character just developed over years like that.
Yeah.
And if you just want the real nigga version, because I mean, you just said a whole soliloquy about some. I mean, this is just
Sorry.
This is a straight fact. You know, you fucking with the chick, you fucking with the dude, and with this, I might have. At first, I was like, I drove in fucking with Iron Man, but then I realized the shit that Arya had to go through,
Thank
bro.
you.
This bitch was deaf, blind, and dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, she was at one point.
She
Like-
was for the episode.
She was a
Yeah,
bum.
I can't see.
Nah, she was fine for a minute.
I
Like
can't
she like Tony went through some shit, but at the same time, he was gonna be alright at the
I
end of the
mean,
day. When
nah, they took his heart out. His heart failed.
he survived. First of all, he survived getting blown up.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
one thing. So that was already a miracle that you survived. The fact that he got out of imprisonment is just speaks more to him. But at the same time, with Arya, it's like she's been counting out since day one. That nigga came in as a millionaire playboy.
Exactly.
He was Donald Trump, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Child.
He's right. Yeah,
he was
a
Donald
child,
Trump.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, she saw her daddy head get lopped off. You
Her
know what I'm saying?
mama, her brother, her brother's wife,
Like
She was there for all that shit.
all of it.
All
The
that
dog.
shit.
And ain't do shit. That's why she ain't the
She
hero
wasn't-
that Iron Man is. Because even
Aw,
if Iron
bruh.
Man was a little kid
Nah,
and seen
look
that
at-
shit, he going in.
Nah, look at it this way. She starts off as this privileged young little princess that has this dream to be a knight. And she ends up killing the Night King. Spoiler alert. Kills the Night King from 8 years. Like, that's the definition
That
of
is-
growth. That
It's
Tony
a hell
Kid-
of a journey, and that's why I do
Yeah.
fuck with Arya's journey because you kind of see you literally grew with
You
Arya.
grew up with her.
Now Iron Man, he's been pretty much the same age from the moment we seen
Right.
him.
Yeah.
Arya's different. You actually saw
You
her go
grow.
through progressions of not only growing like in maturity, but growing like physically, growing in ambitions, growing in like what her mind state was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously it's the same with Iron Man, but I just feel like Arya had made such a U-turn. Like, you kind of thought like this is what she had in a vision of, like what she wanted to become, but we had no like we was like she
She's
would
gonna
never
become
be.
some master
Yeah,
assassin.
she would never be that. Like,
No, but you see,
we
like,
couldn't
the-
see that coming.
No. To be honest with you, would we really be discussing who's the realest Stark, like the best Stark, if she hadn't killed the Night King?
I think she became, for me,
That's a good que-
Stark
that's
to
a great-
wash out. No,
I'm sorry, like
that's a great question.
Would we be
That's a great
discussing
question.
because first of all, it was unexpected.
It was.
We expected John to
100%.
do it, or one of the
Daenerys,
males.
somebody.
Our brand.
You know,
I
Fuck
thought a dragon.
Bran.
was
yo,
gonna
fuck
die.
Brand
I thought
Flakes,
Bran
all
was
right?
gonna do something.
Yo,
Yo,
shit.
yo,
I
yo,
swear
yo.
to
He was
God, Drake
part.
died.
I
he
wouldn't
was-
even be protecting
he
his
was
lazy
part-
ass, bro.
You know what
He ain't
happened?
gonna roll away. Like back up a little bit.
You know what happened?
He had a
Bran was
steering wheel lock on his wheels.
Bran was
Bruh.
taking the shit. That's why his eyes rolled back. He was like, you know what? If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna
Bro,
die.
what is that?
I'ma
bro?
die
Is
taking
that
the
ever
dump.
gonna get explained? This nigga said, "I'll be leaving now."
Yeah, we don't know what this nigga went.
I'm
Gone.
like, hold on, bitch. Get the fuck back
Yeah,
here,
we
nigga.
dying here.
He went to
bro.
go watch Endgame. That's what
Bruh.
happened.
We need strategy.
No, but for real though, like that's something to think about. Well, it was so unexpected. That's why I give it so much love. Where it's like,
with that, if you're gonna ask that question, I gotta
Mhm.
ask: will we say this about Tony if he didn't do the snap? Spoiler alert. Because at that time, if someone else did the snap, if Captain
Well,
America
he
got
still
the,
beat Thanos' army once before. This is the second time
he
doing
didn't
it.
beat. He didn't
they
beat.
didn't
Thanos'
beat
armor
nobody
like
the
that.
first time, bro.
Yes, they did.
lost. They lost,
they-
What?
all
When he
died.
got caught in the wormhole?
bro.
No, he talking about.
I'm talking
he's
about the first Avengers.
You talking about Infinity War? He talking
Oh,
about
you're
first
talking
one.
about the
Very first.
Chitauri.
Yeah, when he fell out that wormhole.
Oh, yeah, when he threw the
that was
nuke in the-
Thanos' army.
But like,
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
That was
That was like
insane.
Loki's
Damn
That was
army.
Thanos at like
That was
full
like-
capacity.
Yeah, that was
Thanos
like
wasn't there.
Thanos'
Yeah.
army,
But he
was-
sent his thugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanos' army was 3 people and him. That was his army. If you think about it, the Chitauri or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
that was like-
that was like Loki's people. Like not his people, but it's like that was just the people that he was leading into war on New York. But
That was his Dothraki,
But-
pretty much.
right,
Niggas
right,
that he
right,
could
right,
he could do away with those niggas.
R.I.P. to them too.
who can we sacrifice? Those guys.
Yeah.
Why did
Yeah,
they? But they
no,
sacrificed the Dothraki, bro.
Boy.
Yeah.
Them lights went out.
Never to be seen again.
That was one of the
Bruh.
greatest scenes I in Game of Thrones
That
I've
you
seen.
never
when
saw?
Bruh.
when you
Right, that
see-
we couldn't see.
Yeah.
that we couldn't see because
Bruh.
like the lights started to go out. Like I was
It's
just
so
like,
fast.
God damn,
Did anyone
yo.
else think something was wrong with their
Because-
TV? Because I was watching
Yeah.
it. I
At
was
that
like, my
point,
did.
TV's
at that
off.
point,
I'm
you're
like,
like,
what's
this
going
is some real ass shit.
Bruh.
I didn't need to.
It's
I
about
was
to
like,
hit
they-
the fan.
I
I'm
did
about
not
to
need
die.
to. I did not need to see them die for me to realize it's real shit. I've been watching
knew?
these motherfucking White
Yeah, yeah,
Walkers
it's been
for
too hyped.
seasons.
Right.
I knew the shit wasn't gonna be easy, and I knew them dumb. Like that's why you don't be first in line. You be in the middle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
The
Right.
middle niggas died. Nigga, everybody died.
Yeah.
Middle niggas survived. There was a lot of Grey Worm. That nigga was out there.
Bruh,
That
I
nigga
don't know
was
how he
slicing,
survived
bro.
that.
I fuck with Grey Worm. He's
Yeah,
probably.
same. He
But
gonna
to,
throw her
He's
in.
the
but
only
to
nigga in
answer
there.
that question of yours, where it's just like, do we expect Tony to do it? To be honest with you, second time I watched it, and like you have that like realization of everything just coming.
Yeah, it was some hella foreshadowing in that movie.
It's
Yeah.
just like
Hella
he was
foreshadowing.
meant to do it. It was. I know you called me and you were like, "It's supposed to be Cap." I was like, "No, it was supposed to be Tony."
It was actually supposed to be Cap.
I said Cap because I don't fuck with Cap, and he
Yeah,
should might as well go. Like,
And-
get him out of here.
And
bro.
Cap pretty much he ain't got nobody left. Like he fucking
really
his
don't.
girl's niece. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that's
true.
That's how bad he's.
He
that-
is.
That's how bad he's
He's
missing
a
some
fucking
pussy.
dirty dog,
That's how
bro.
bad.
He's not fucking
dirty
his girl's
dog,
niece,
bro.
bro.
Bro, he was fucking his girl's niece.
He
That's how
kissed
bad.
and slopped on her neck. That was it.
Yeah, it was. Plus, it was like a smooth.
I wonder if he told.
He
I wonder if he told her that when he went back in time.
Nah,
like,
he
you know, I
took
was
that to the
fucking with your.
grave.
You know, I was fucking with our daughter.
Right.
It's your daughter.
Nah, he was like, "You so damn bad.
That's some
fuck with
Game of Thrones
Right.
shit right
your-
there.
I fuck with your lineage." bro.
Right. With your family line. Like, No matter how young.
It's a
That's
lot of
funny.
crossover right here.
They as old as they want. As
nah,
old as I want them to be.
But it was supposed to be Cap because that nigga with 108, and that nigga like he ain't got
Man,
none of his friends. The only
no,
nigga that
but
he got
he
left.
ain't have no family.
Yeah, he
But
ain't
Iron
got
Man
no
left
family.
behind a
No,
family.
no, I
That
get
he
that
just
though.
started, bro. That
No, I know
killed
that was
me.
sad, but it's just like still at the end of the day, it was supposed to be Tony because he had the most out of all the Avengers. Cap
Yeah.
didn't need to prove himself. Thor don't need to prove himself, given he looked like melted ice cream, and
Bruh.
and everybody else like don't need to prove themselves. It was only Iron Man that had that 1 inch that was just like everyone here has given something. Cap gave his all because he sacrificed himself in his movie. You know, he went under the ice, so he came back. But he's still fighting the good fight. Tony almost has never fought the good fight.
What, bro? I just told you he sacrificed his life when he fell out that wormhole,
Bruh,
He was
that's just
as far
him.
as he was
But
concerned. He died in that moment.
But to him, no. But to him, that's
That's facts.
But, okay, but like still, like for him, that doesn't stop there. He still has something to prove. Because think about everybody around.
No.
him.
Like,
Something-
why?
Are you serious? No,
he was
you-
the closest person to beating Thanos.
You was
the closest.
You
he
mentioned-
had the glove a fingertip off, and then
Yeah.
who's that motherfucker from the galaxy?
That
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
fucked everything
Stupid ass
up.
nigga, bro.
Nah.
Nah,
In
but,
his feelings,
Nah,
Kiki.
In
you
his
said it.
feelings.
Okay.
You said it earlier when you were like when Pepper was saying like you could rest now, Tony. Ever since that first Avengers, that nigga been going through PTSD
Yeah.
since then.
Yes,
like, you know what I'm
yes.
saying? Like
Okay,
he's been carrying that burden. Like,
Right.
damn, we really didn't win because I keep dealing with this shit over
Right.
and over and over again. And then when
Right.
he finally saw Thanos, it was like, bruh, like these are the nightmares that I've been thinking about this
Yeah.
whole time. And
Right.
then
They
when-
built it around
Yeah.
Iron Man for him to have
Yeah.
his redemption story. So my questions for y'all, I guess, is like, who had a better story? Like, people
story
say that
arc?
Arya kind of grew into who we knew. I knew Arya was gonna be the shit. I knew
Right.
she was gonna kill
Ah,
the
you
Night
hyping
King.
now. Don't
No,
don't hit me with that
I
one.
knew.
Come
the
on.
second she became an assassin.
Oh,
her
yeah,
face
that's
was-
when-
I
Obvious,
was like,
at that
bruh, she
point-
fucking
Yeah,
everything up.
yeah, that
You
faceless
didn't think
man
she was gonna
shit,
kill the
that
Night
shit's
King when she
dope.
became
I
assassin?
didn't know because they built that story around John. Game of Thrones really did a good job of making it be about Dany and John.
Mm-hmm.
Where like Avengers, they built it around Iron Man. So I knew Iron Man was gonna end up being the hero. It was either gonna be Cap or Iron Man
Yeah.
for me. And I was like, I saw that Iron Man had a kid in the beginning of the movie. I was like, bet it's gonna
He's
be
gonna
him.
bite the-
That's what
he's
I
gonna
thought.
bite
He
the
saw
head.
his dad,
He had
it's
more to
him.
lose.
Right.
He had more. It was just slowly built around him. It was so much foreshadowing, like you said. So I was like, it's definitely gonna be Iron Man to do some shit. But for me, I was just like, still Arya to grow into the character I knew she was gonna be, but then still shock me with killing the fucking Night King. I was like, yo, she takes the cake for me easily.
It ain't easily.
Easily for me.
It's
I
it's a
expected
close.
It from Tony.
It's a close. It's like
It's
one.
close.
It's 1-1A. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Arya got it right now, and I may be just because it's a prisoner of the moment because we just watched.
It's still hot.
It's still hot. You
I'm
know
not
what
gonna lie, I
saying?
rewatched that episode. Maybe
But
3
then
times right
Endgame
now.
is still hot too. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean, so then ask yourself, like, which one had a higher mountain to climb when it came to that last adversary they faced? So it's Thanos versus the Night King.
Who had the highest mountain to climb?
who was the
as
worst
in-
villain? Who had the
Who was
bigger
worst
villain?
That's a good question.
Thanos.
This
easily.
nigga snapped away half the universe.
Yeah, he
Like, let's think about
he
that.
did exactly
and what
what
the
he
Night King
said.
do?
He did
The Night King
exactly-
killed-
Nigga said this.
He.
Well, and everybody
bro,
came
bro,
alive.
bro.
Like, came back.
Sorry. Side
nigga
note,
said
but like
this,
I was
boy,
talking,
everybody started coming
talking to my homie on the phone. I was like, why didn't anyone cut his arms off? Even Thanos's.
Nigga, every time you try to get close to
Yeah.
this nigga, he said,
He said, right.
Right. But it's just like you don't have to stop. Like John has the worst 40 time ever.
He was-
This man would not make it to the fucking league.
it was like Lucius off Empire. He was like,
Right, like he's just for real, just doing that for 2 minutes, bro. Catch him. Yeah.
He was waving his arms
just
dumb
on
slow.
some thriller shit.
Dumb
slow.
Nah, but my thing was like the White Walkers was really essentially they was just killing off white privilege. That's why they came back.
They was sick of
White
this
Walkers
shit.
are really black people.
Okay.
When they say that's the worst thing white people fear is a bunch
I've
of black
never
people.
thought about it like
taking
that.
off.
Wow.
I don't like that comparison.
Wow,
so then,
Nick. Thank you, Nick.
I
I've
don't
never
like that
thought about it
comparison.
like that. Wow.
And
fucking dead.
and
Wow.
Arya killed Martin Luther King, pretty much. That's what.
Wait, why you trying to make it
Hell no, dude.
Damn,
Hell
bro.
no, that shit's cold
Who's
as
Brandon?
fuck. God.
Shit, he might be JFK. I don't know.
Oh,
But-
brand flakes.
Nah, I think Thanos is obviously the bigger villain because it's like you wipe away half the universe. At least in Game of Thrones, we only know of that world, that specific area. You talking about multiple universes? You
Okay,
know?
but think about it like this. How long has Thanos been in the picture? What, 3 movies?
11 years.
No, it hasn't been no 11 years.
I mean,
That they've been fighting and
he's
seeing
always
Thanos?
been he's always been in the
always been in
backdrop.
yeah.
He's always in
You
the
talking
It's
about
kinda
you talking about just one-on-one
Yeah.
Thanos or just like everything Thanos?
I'm talking about they're actually fighting Thanos. Like, it's one thing to be fighting like
3 times. It was 3 times.
Okay, well, it's one thing to be fighting like shit that he's caused, but it's another thing like they was actually dealing with this Night King
Since jump, like
since
day
the
one.
first scene of the whole series.
But like I'm just saying, like the Night King took 8 years to make it to Winterfell.
Yeah, like
He was on foot.
I mean, wait.
He was on foot.
Do we
He's a
forget?
zombie.
How long would it
On
take
foot.
Thanos on
Zombie.
foot?
On foot.
He's an
What?
ice zombie.
And it took him also 2 years off screen to get to Winterfell. On a dragon.
He took his time.
that's
Oh my
that's why
He
was
made
so,
a couple stops.
Yeah, he
Oh
was
my
building his army
God.
though.
Right,
That's
he
what
was
I'm
going to
saying.
different
Building
random
his army.
villages.
Y'all make an excuse for
No,
the
he
Night King.
he was. bruh, it took him.
It's
It took him that
pro-black.
long. He's. I told y'all he's black, so he's bad with directions.
Oh my!
He's bad with directions. He's not going to be on time.
BPT.
The war started before he even got there.
Okay.
The war was
This nigga came late.
Why you think?
Right.
Why you
Right.
think we had 2 episodes of filler? Like they was just
Okay.
talking. He
This
was
shit
late as hell.
happened. He was like, all right, we're just gonna wait for him to kill us.
He's on his way.
You know,
Is
this
he? Like,
Oh my God!
They asked him like, "What time he supposed to be
Yeah,
here?" He said he was
BPT.
gonna be here around 6.
Been about 8 years, damn.
Right.
Oh, my
Why am I
goodness.
scared? Shit.
even though we don't know what a Westeros year is, like, goddamn.
They winters
No.
is like 5 years long, and they summers
No,
is
no,
what,
but
2
like,
days. or
but
some
here's
shit?
also
got
my
Canadian
other gripe
winters.
with how fast they got to like Dragonstone and how fast they got to King's Landing in the last episode. Because before it would take about a month,
At least.
at
least
least
2
a month
episodes,
for
3
that
episodes.
journey to like happen. Now they're there in 2 minutes flat. Like it just kind of pissed me off. I was just like, first of all, if you're gonna do this because of the fact that we have 6 episodes, so we need to make them more epic. I feel like you're like
They're kind of cramming it.
Yeah, you're cramming it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna go like epic, like keep everything an hour long. Last episode, go
Do another
go
season
fucking
need be.
yeah, go fucking nuts, man. Like make that last episode 2 hours and 30 minutes. Why the hell not? We will watch it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So it's just kind of like those kind of little itty bitty gripes, but the main villain for me has to be Thanos because it took him 1 movie to actually make him feel his presence, for us to feel his presence. He came in, showed up, said what he was going to do.
Yeah, he did
That's
seem like
facts.
he
was just
seemed
in
like
the
one of them
background.
badass.
And not
like,
even that. In the
he fucked the whole
spoiler
team
alert,
up.
he didn't even have the gauntlet in Endgame. So
Right.
And
he
was
was not
still
a
whooping
fucking,
their ass.
He was not a fucking pushover, dude. He was not a fucking pushover. Like he just still fucked up Cap, fucked up Thor, the
fucked
mightiest
everybody
Avenger.
up.
Everybody got the business by Thanos
There you
without the gauntlet. So it's just like it took him 2 movies to do that. Night King been walking for 8 years. I ain't fucking scared of him.
But I will say this though: the person I would rather fight is Thanos over the Night King, because
Yep.
the Night King is just
Yes.
too. I just can't. I hate dead people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
They
like,
can't
especially-
die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to get through that shit.
Y'all got dragon glass? No.
Bruh. No.
Y'all got
I didn't-
Valerian steel?
I still
No.
can't believe Arya killed him the way he did. Like, the way
That
she
shit
did.
was boss
Because
as
I didn't
hell.
expect it. Like,
She
I
was
rewind-
slick. I think she
Where'd she come
changed.
from?
Didn't she change into a White Walker? What the fuck? What was that little scene where like the White Walker, his hair blew in the wind, and he looked
Do you
back
think
like
She
went
ran
like
past him.
faceless? I don't know. I thought she.
I think
jumped
she
over
went
some shit.
faceless. I think she went faceless, and that was her.
Initially,
I didn't think
I
of that.
thought that she was up in the tree.
That's what I thought, but the tree's
But
on the
then,
other
but
side.
then when she like jumped in the background, I was just like, she ran past him.
She
dude.
ran. I was like, this
because
quick.
because like I realized this, like the Night King, right? Like he controls everybody.
Right.
So it's just like when they pulled up where Theon died, R.I.P.
No,
Theon.
bruh.
Man, fuck that.
Yeah,
nigga.
Nah, bruh.
He went out like a
Fuck
Reek.
Theon.
Fuck Reek.
Hashtag Dickless
fuck Reek.
Wonder.
You fuck with
Fuck
Theon.
RP to Theon. That's my nigga Theon.
I'm just saying, like, why you gonna go out like that, nigga?
Theon is the
No,
reason.
don't go out like a little-
he had
fucked up a lot of
he redeemed himself.
He did.
Too, I'll say
He's
that.
a
He
He
did not.
redeemed himself,
He did
but
not.
then he literally dropped right back down how he came at the Night King.
Oh my god, whatever.
Like,
did
give
not.
him your best shot, nigga. Don't do
He
some
tried
false.
though, bro. Like he's dickless. What could you do? Come on,
Right.
Nigga, if anything-
for a Dickless dude, he did pretty damn well.
He did
But
his
like,
If anything, he should be doing some different shit, like hit the splits on their ass, slice his legs or some shit. Like, do
He
something
did
that a
his
dickless
best,
nigga
bruh.
can do.
Let Theon.
I
rest
changed
in
my
peace,
stance.
please.
The split one.
The
Yeah,
splits
the
would have been some
splits
hard
would've been
shit.
some hard shit.
And no one would have expected it.
You're right. You're right.
Nigga would have been laid out.
Oh,
shit, I almost fucked
No, but for real though, like if you think about like everyone that the Night King controls, like whoever he looks at, everyone's focus is there.
Facts.
Arya just ran right past him, dude. Like literally, that's why he was just like, like one of the lieutenants.
So was that the Night King looking over like that? Like,
So that means the Night King also looked back.
Right, yeah. He probably just sensed
'Cause that's
it
how
or
he
something.
caught her.
Yeah, that's how he caught her.
That's how she died.
no, her dumb ass screamed right before
but,
she got
but
to him.
who for real
She did when
thought
she
Arya
dropped
was
her
about to get
War
dusted?
scream, war cry.
Something, and then he
I ain't
caught
doing
her by
that.
her neck. I don't know, man. I'm risking
But
it all
that-
at that
that
point.
was
That was a
dope, though.
slick ass move though, and that kind of just highlights like her skills. Like she can do some shit that nobody else in the whole series
She
can
is
do.
the ultimate killer in that castle.
Oh, 100%.
She is the most dangerous person in the Game of Thrones right now.
So then, who would you rather want on your team?
Arya.
Arya.
Arya?
Arya.
Any day of the week.
I'd rather
Arya.
have
What
Tony.
the fuck?
Are you serious?
Arya.
Tony
Arya
can-
had to have somebody build her weapon.
Them niggas lost in that first movie.
Tony
I won't
Stark
hear
will
it.
build his
They
whole
lost in that
army.
but they lost in Infinity War. Let's talk
Right.
about that. The first time Arya
Right.
got this nigga, first time Night King shows up in Winterfell.
He
she
the
got up
first.
and killed him.
He was the only one that drew Thanos' blood by himself.
Did he kill Thanos?
He was the only one who drew Thanos'
Well,
blood.
all I'm
by
saying is
himself.
Arya flew, came out of nowhere, dropped the fucking dagger, and stabbed him.
That was
The Night King ain't no Arya. Thanos knew Iron Man.
And that's where Iron Man has his flaws, and that's why I don't want him on my team.
Too egotistical.
A little bit.
I think I need Iron Man. Look, he can build me a suit. Like I could go legless. I could be Bran. And I'm still gonna be walking around.
No. Think about
That's
it.
what he got Don Cheadle doing.
Yeah.
Oh, you took
Yeah,
my
low
mind.
key.
Don
Damn it.
Cheadle.
I was gonna say Don Cheadle, War Machine.
He said canopy. He oozed out that shit like he was boneless. I was like, what the fuck is canopy, nigga? It's your exit strategy.
Damn,
But
that's-
nah, I would rather have Tony Stark on my team just because he's probably one of the smartest
He is-
people in the
He
whole
is the most
universe.
intelligent.
In the whole
Yes.
universe.
Yes.
I would
He
say
took him, what,
I
30
mean-
minutes to solve that little time portal? The time
Yeah.
machine?
He just
30
throwing.
minutes.
He was
He
literally
was
throwing.
throwing
shit.
ideas out. He
It
said,
was like a-
he said Krispy Kreme.
oval.
All right.
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
nigga, how'd you see that?
This nigga
Right,
was,
how'd
he was
you
eating a
find
Pop
that
Tart.
out?
Said hula hoop. Said, oh my god, it worked.
I'm like, you just made a time machine like that.
Like nigga.
Quick.
But which
that was
ending do you think is going to be the best ending? So like we already know how Endgame ends.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this series finale of Game of Thrones will be as equal to, if not greater than, Endgame?
HBO is infamous of
Fucking shit up.
fucking it up on the last
Fucking
episode.
shit
And
up.
to be honest with you,
For real?
Yeah. Sopranos?
Sopranos. Yeah, thank you.
Bro, my brother.
The
Oh,
Wire.
Thank you.
That was
I
awkward.
want
That was an
all
awkward
both fuckers.
exchange.
It
but
was.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
If you think
they almost did the goddamn Get Out shit.
Wait, we both was fasting, but that's all it is. That's all it is.
Yes.
You know?
Facts.
Let's blame it on
Your ass ain't been on ramen. I saw you with a cheeseburger earlier.
yeah.
It was. It's between noon and midnight.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm
Come on,
dead.
man. What you mean, man?
Fast
Until breakfast. but like what I'm saying is that I don't think the Avengers story ends right now, our original Avengers. I don't think it ends right now because there will obviously be like flashbacks to them later on in the next Phase 4 movies.
I doubt that.
Come out. No. You have to be, because like if Marvel fucks up once in the next Phase 4, you need to have some type of security
They
blanket.
got Spider-Man. He's the
That is
security
their perfect transition.
He's their-
Spider-Man
he-
and the
yeah,
Guardian,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Guardians
that's
of the
true.
Galaxy.
That's
Those
true. I
are the
take
two
that
that they're
back.
selling.
I do take
setting
that
the ship
back.
on.
That's very true.
But
Well, I'm just saying like Spider-Man is the new Iron Man now.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but then like now, Game of Thrones has the highest pressure on it. Like they can't.
No, I
fuck
I asked for people all the time like, what was the last good show that was like that started out great and ended great? And it's really hard to pinpoint shows like that because they usually end cheeks.
Yeah.
Like
I can't think of shit.
I think of The Wire. I think of
The Wire's great.
I think of Weeds. I think of
Damn, yeah, Weeds ended shitty.
I can't think of anything.
I never watched Weeds.
I never watched Weeds.
Orange
It's
is
a
the
good
New
one.
Black.
It's a good one.
You got
I was gonna say Prison Break, but they fucked that up at the last.
Prison Break
episode.
got way shittier.
The
Oh no,
last
the first
episode.
season of True Detective.
That's the first season. The
We're
series
saying,
itself
like, from
was
the beginning.
I mean, it's one of them.
Did y'all watch
It's one of them
season
A
three?
words.
I haven't
What's that word? That's
anthropic. Or,
Yeah, things where they don't relate.
Anthology.
Yeah, anthology.
There we
Like
go.
those horror stories.
You better know
what's it
that
called?
Those the $20
Webster.
words. Yeah.
Mm.
But now I'm just saying, and so far you could tell like ever since they gone off the books with Game of Thrones, the show is kind of just decreased in quality.
Yeah, they're like
For real?
destroying the characters. John and Danny aren't supposed to
Bruh.
be going.
I mean,
down
do
the way they
y'all
are.
know about the book? Y'all read the
One
books
of
or
my
something?
homegirls loves the books.
books- the
I
So
books-
haven't
she be
read them
just
yet.
I've
telling you
read
all the
that.
differences
She
and
be
where
like,
it's worse.
God, they fucking up.
Yeah,
Danny,
the
bro.
books are very detailed.
Right.
Like if you remember, you read Harry Potter. Like think about
Yeah.
that.
That's normal though. So you can't go
But this
into
is-
it with the
but this
mindset of saying ever thinking a film is going to be as good
But
as
this
the book.
is not
Never.
film. This is a TV show. You got time to tell a whole story, bro. You have hour-long episodes.
Not when you comparing it to the books.
No,
It's
The
I'm
not
not.
no
lengths
different
of
than
the
No,
books,
I'm not saying-
it's the same thing
I'm not
applies.
saying the books are gonna be. You're not gonna do word for word with the books, but you can get a lot more than you could in a movie. I'm just saying, ever since the books have stopped, since the Garden Gnome himself, George R. Martin, like he don't want to write these damn books that's been published for like 20 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't want to finish the shit because he over here
He
getting
still
his
hasn't finished.
He
them.
Well, I
getting
mean,
he getting his dick sucked in Jersey.
Okay.
I heard
Just
the
'cause, you know what
I
I'm
heard
saying?
the
Like-
books had a lot of
a bold
storylines
statement.
that honestly I could give a fuck about.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
that's what a book does, though. They have
You
a
don't
lot
know
of
that.
good
Like the
background
Lost
shit.
Brother, the one that got killed in the Battle of the Bastards. They have his whole storyline in the books. I could give a fuck about this nigga. He can't
about-
even run into zigzags. Like
How
can't even
about-
dodge no fucking arrow.
Oh, Rickon.
One
Oh, yeah,
arrow.
the
This
young
nigga
Stark.
couldn't
Yeah,
dodge an
Rickon Stark.
arrow.
That's a Stark that I would have liked to know
Yeah.
because we don't know all the Starks like that. Like I'd rather know his shit than Bran. Bran ain't been doing shit but getting carried around by some barely bitch for like 3 seasons. And
Yeah,
now
but
he
we need Bran. We need Bran.
We
Yeah,
don't need
Bran is
shit.
He's
pivotal.
a 3. Yeah, he's like people
Bran
keep
ain't
saying
shit.
that Bran might end up with the throne. I'd be pissed. But
Bran
a lot
ain't
of people
shit.
are putting their money on that. A lot of
Did
people
you
are
say
saying
Bran
Bran.
will
Throw.
end up with the throne?
A lot of people are saying I don't
They're
want
gonna have to
that.
build it around him.
I was about to
Literally.
say.
No, they're gonna be it's gonna be a mobile Iron Throne. That shit's gonna be lit. Okay, but I
That
pray
shit
it
low key
doesn't.
does go hard, dude.
He gonna be the
Low-key
first
go
nigga
hard.
to
Nice
invent.
around here.
Right.
He
Facts.
gonna invent wheelchair ramps all over
Yeah.
the city.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, can we discuss how
No
has
steps.
Bran been
Can we
getting
just
around
put a
Winterfell?
ramp?
He
Because
has-
there's all those stairs.
He hasn't been getting around. That's why he in the same fucking spot every episode. He just
They
be-
leave this
yeah.
nigga.
They
Hold
finally
on.
moved him
Why
in
they
the
leave this
last
nigga out in the
episode.
cold like that, bro?
Yeah, it
I
looks
like
like
it.
People stay walking outside looking up like, huh? Bro, what is you still, nigga? It's 3 in the morning.
his
It's-
caretaker finally found him in the last episode. Like,
And,
We're
and think
at
about it.
he's all doing something
Winterfell.
important.
They
and
don't.
shit.
They don't have smooth pavements. It's all
Exactly.
cobblestone, pebbles, and shit.
Oh,
so
that's
think about him
true.
going over all this shit.
They
It's
got
like,
He can't feel
roads.
it.
They ain't got roads.
he can feel it in his ass.
He don't
Yeah,
got no.
feel him.
He has no feeling in his ass.
Okay, well,
they
it don't
got
matter. I
some
bet
He
he
has
look
no
like
feelings
a,
in his legs.
yeah,
he got
but he
feelings
look
in
like
the
a
ass.
bobblehead
Does
when
he
he
even
moves,
shit?
though.
He has to
He
shit.
has
What does he do?
He don't do shit. That's
Like-
Sits and shits and tells the future.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's
He
get
tells
back
the
on
future.
topic.
Yeah.
Let's get back on topic.
Yeah.
Arya
Yes.
versus Tony Stark.
All right.
no, we talking
Now-
about Game of Thrones versus Endgame.
Oh,
How it's gonna end?
oh.
You mean which one's gonna have a better ending?
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay, did y'all like Endgame?
at this
Ending?
Loved
point,
it.
I think Endgame is going to have
Loved
a good
it.
yeah.
ending because
Endgame is probably one of
As
the
an
best
MCU
endings.
fan, obviously, I think we all agree that was the best ending they could have done.
Just
The-
in movies in general.
The only
I mean,
way
yeah.
they can really satisfy me now in Game of Thrones with their ending is if Dany goes mad.
She's gonna go mad.
If she goes mad and like you see her and John go at it.
you know what I'm actually.
After-
And that's internally before
Yeah.
the battle.
I'm
I agree
hurt.
with that.
She went to
Before they
Spoiler,
fight
I'm
Cersei.
hurt because John lost his dragon and Daenerys is the fucking reason.
Yeah.
Her dumb ass.
Is she the reason?
Yeah, because she was just flying all ahead of everybody, tra-la-la. Her dragon got shot twice.
Yeah. No, they
And then this
fucked him
bitch
up.
almost got her last dragon shot.
No, but it's amazing what the directors and the writers did with that in the last 2 episodes. Is they convinced us that they weren't going to make it, and in the last episode, they convinced us also that Dany can be brought down a bit, and
Oh,
because
yeah.
like if you think about it, the 8 years Game of Thrones been
Mm-hmm.
on, about 8-year pursuit of the throne that she's been after.
Mm-hmm.
But she's literally watching it slip away to Jon Snow.
And you see her, it shake her.
And you
Yeah.
see it in her eyes. And like literally, like when I was watching last week's episode, I was just like, she's fucking losing it, bro.
Yeah, she is.
She's low-key losing it.
I like how they're doing that, honestly.
And I like how they're throwing the little notes and how one of her own advisors is in the background and he's the first one that sees it. And he's just like, this dude's supposed to be king.
It's like either they rule together or it's Jon Snow.
yeah.
And for
Right.
and then here I love the dynamic between him and Tyrion and
Yeah.
Sansa
I
Amazing.
love Tyrion,
because
bro.
they're
Amazing.
the same role on different sides.
Yes.
But they
Yes.
still have a special
They still
connection,
have a
obviously.
connection because they were married, right?
Exactly.
You know what would make a good ending? if Cersei stays on the throne.
I think Cersei's gonna end up on.
And
the
you
throne.
know what? I might be rooting for Cersei now.
I'm not rooting for her.
I
But I
might
can
be
Her
rooting
hear
for
and that dumb little grin
You know
she's
why?
had for
Okay.
I need
3
to see her getting
seasons.
eaten by
Because
dragons.
she's the smartest motherfucker on this whole show.
She
Everybody
for real
playing
is.
checkers.
Got the throne, kept the throne.
Exactly.
What she did.
If anything, she's the
she,
nigga.
She for
Yeah.
real.
Because I
always
ain't going to
been-
that battle either.
She's the only one that's
Fuck, got
always
me
been
fucked
playing
up.
chess. Everybody playing checkers.
Exactly.
She
Exactly.
for real playing chess.
Exactly.
After she executed, what's her name, Marjorie and all them in the church, I
Oh
feel like they did
my
her wrong.
God.
I was like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
bitch gonna end up with
The
the throne.
dragon
That's
She blew
fire.
the whole
bruh.
thing up.
And I respect her for it.
Hell yeah.
She's earned my respect. I come into this
As
series
a character,
as a
we
piece
hate
of
her,
shit.
but as a piece of
Yeah, she was a
Yeah.
piece of shit character coming into it, and now I'm like, damn, you just earned, like, you just doing it. Like,
she is a dog.
she says what she says, and she means what she means. Like, nigga, like, no, I'm gonna cut this bitch head off.
But
Right.
you know what?
That's- no. She doesn't say what she means.
What you
'cause
mean?
She told the motherfuckers she was going to go ride for them in the north.
Well,
But
She's a liar, bro. What are you
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
that's
I
fine.
started
She's
off
a
fine.
bold-faced liar.
But I'll tell
She
you
doesn't
what,
say what she
I'll
means.
tell you what. One of the
She says
smartest
the
people.
opposite of what she means.
One of
and
the
she does the
smartest-
opposite
She's
of
a
One
little
of
bit
one of the
herself.
smartest
Good
people
point.
in Westeros believed her, and that was Tyrion Lannister, her own
Yeah.
brother. He believed.
First of all, he's a dumbass.
Yeah,
now.
he
he's
fucked
he's
up.
lost.
Well,
it.
now he's
fucked
a
up.
dumbass.
Miss Sunday's dead because of him. Because like I'm pissed about all that.
Oh, Miss
like,
Sunday.
I call
Bae.
Hashtag bang.
That's
But
my
like,
bae.
no,
Wait,
no.
who?
The black chick.
Miss Sunday,
Miss
babe.
Sunday. Curly
Damn,
Yeah.
they
They
did
chop-
chop. Oh
they
my
chopped her
god, I
head
forgot
off.
about
I was
that.
like,
You know Warren was hurt. He felt that in
Yo.
his ball.
And his balls in somebody's bag in the
Okay.
background.
Yeah,
Yeah, somebody's
His
bag.
balls halfway across Westworld tingled at that. It was like, oh
that
my.
hurt me. That hurt me. I was like, no, Miss Sunday.
No. Okay, but like, I actually see that for a second. What you just said, Cersei winning the throne,
I think Cersei. Yeah.
because
well, I'll say that. Hold on, before you get to your point, I'll say that I expect her, but in honesty,
you
what I think is gonna happen is that they're gonna kill Cersei this next episode, and then they're gonna kill Dany
Already?
for the series finale.
If John, look,
Hmm.
Game of
I don't
Thrones
know.
to an extent they can be
know.
cliche, but
juicy.
I don't think they're gonna be that cliche.
But go ahead, finish your point though.
What I'm saying is that if you think about it, like Cersei has lost everyone that she has ever loved. All
She's
of her
pregnant,
kids,
though.
all of her kids.
We don't know what she.
I don't know
with.
what she's pregnant with,
Yeah,
but
she
like
pregnant
Probably
with
pregnant
Jamie's
with a
baby.
goddamn
drinking the-
dragon.
Jamie's
she
baby.
drinking that wine like she want to get rid of it.
It's back.
Boy.
It's medieval times. They were
She
drinking.
drinking that wine
They
like
drinking
Boy.
wine the whole time.
They ain't got no Dr. Oz. in
Oh
there,
my
so
God.
They don't know what to do and shit.
Yeah.
No, you're allowed. You're able to drink a
can
glass
drink.
of wine while you're pregnant. It's
She-
actually
she drinks
they
a
say
glass of
you
wine.
should.
She's drinking
I don't
medieval
think
wine.
it's recommended.
She's drinking-
I don't know, we can't-
she's
we're
drinking
not
sewage
advising y'all
water.
to drink while y'all pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
She's drinking
disclaimer.
medieval water.
Hey, if you in Georgia, y'all can't do anything else.
See, like if you're gonna drink that wine, you better fucking boil it first. But like what I'm saying is that if Cersei wins, I would honestly clap my hands for HBO because that would be
Unexpected.
She earned
that would
it.
be ballsy,
She earned it.
unexpected. The bad guy fucking wins. It's real life. That's what
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is about. The bad guy sometimes
You don't get
wins.
No,
what
no,
you
no.
want.
Game of Thrones is about women in power.
No.
For real. For real.
I like that. That's true.
It honestly is.
Because
Who killed the Night King?
3 of the main characters are heroines in themselves.
Yes.
Cersei, Arya, even though Cersei's a bitch, and what's her name, Dany. Easily, you
Well, I'm
have.
about to say Sansa too.
Even
Yeah, Sansa, in her
Sansa
own way.
is
who's
a
the big
fucking
white haired
bitch.
bitch? The guy who just got fucked by the one hand man.
Brienne.
Brienne of
Brienne of
Tarth.
Tarth.
That's
Hey.
like that's
I
a
love
Florida
her.
couple, ain't it?
The one hand man.
That's a Florida couple for real. That's a good
Yo,
one. That's a good
facts.
one.
Nah, Jamie ain't shit like the rest of these niggas. Left her
Jamie
outside
ain't
with a
come on.
shit,
blanket.
but
Oh no.
Let's
But look,
outside
that
of
just
the
proves the
blanket.
nigga
I will-
swing shit gets
I
the
will
pussy
say this.
over what's his name? What's
Oh,
bro, the
Tormund?
wildling? Yeah,
nigga.
I thought I knew
Yo,
he was gonna
he
get
is the funniest
I
dude
like
on that
Tormund.
show.
He's gonna get
This
the
nigga said he
ass.
woke
is
up
a
with a
funny-
giant tit in his mouth one morning.
He's
I was
a
like, this
funny-
nigga deserves Brienne after that.
He's the funniest dude on that show.
Hilarious.
But Jamie has the best story arc on that show.
Oh, he has the
No, he
greatest
does
character.
not. Are you
he has
serious?
the best
Yes, he
character
does.
development.
Are you
Yes,
serious?
he does.
He went from fucking his sister, pushing young Stark boys out of windows, paralyzing them for life, to going onto the good side, and now
Right.
going after Cersei. I
Right.
don't believe he left Brienne to just leave
Are you
her.
serious?
I don't think,
he's
he can.
going after Cersei.
I don't.
He's
I,
going
here's
at-
what
he left
here's
for
what-
the right reason.
If
Here-
someone
the
kills
right
Cersei,
reason.
it's gonna be Jamie.
Yes.
But here's why I believe what Nick was saying. I don't think Jamie can kill Cersei.
You don't think he's gonna do it?
I think that was foreshadowing when he said he made that comparison to her. Like,
Like how he loves her.
yeah, he loves her. He did all this shit for her.
And I think
What
he
you
loves her
think-
so much that he has to kill her before she. If Cersei stays
Ain't
on the
even that
Iron
bad.
Throne, that bitch crazy.
She just bad to motherfuckers that get in her way.
That's
Which
everybody.
is everybody because she's crazy.
No, I would say this: the best story arc is the Hound. That's
I
the
like
best.
this.
That's the best story.
That's a good argument.
He's
but I
still
don't
a
think he's
fucking
the best.
pussy,
asshole,
bro.
bro.
He's an asshole that
He's a
cares.
bitch ass
He's an
nigga.
asshole that cares.
That's true. He did go after
Because
Arya.
Arya would not
He
be.
did go
'Cause
after
he was-
He's a
Arya would've died.
pervert.
He was
did go after
scared.
Arya.
He's a perv.
No hound slander down here. Okay?
Loki, he is a perv.
Why? Out of everybody.
All right.
Out of everybody.
He's called the Hound. The pussy
So
hound.
final
He said, "Put a different face on." And I'll
Pussy-
fuck.
the pussy hound.
final thoughts. Tony Stark versus Arya. Swap. Go.
Woo! I got Tony, man. He's a genius. He saved multi-universes. He defeated probably the greatest villain that we've seen in modern day movies, in modern day film.
Would you put him over the Joker or Darth Vader?
Yes,
Get
Easily.
the fuck out of here.
absolutely.
I'm gonna go with Arya Stark because, like I said, we did not expect her to kill the Night King. She came out of nowhere, did that. Best character development.
I'm with Arya Stark too. I'm with homegirl here.
All right.
Yep.
And since you know I respect black women, I'm gonna have to slide with this Arya. Bro. Oh,
We
because
respect
because,
your
Ne-
idea,
because
though.
Nima
I
said it,
low-key
not because
thought you were
I
gonna
agree
agree
with
with
Marcus.
Okay, motherfucker, what you would have? Has she
I
ever been
I
on
wasn't
face?
nervous
Has
when
she
he
ever
said.
been changed her face to black? No. God
That is
damn.
true.
Is
That
that
is true.
blackface if she does that though?
100%. That's
That's
another
a good
debate,
question.
though.
That's a good
another-
question.
That would be blackface, but
That
she
would
could
be.
get away with it because she's Arya Stark. All right, that's us for this week. Tune in next time for another random ass conversation we're gonna have. Let us know what you think about this episode, and make sure you social media shout outs.
Oh yeah, I guess follow my IG at Niaima NEIMAAA 2 underscores.
Follow me on Ali_the Apache on IG.
The Apache, I like that. That's dope.
Thank you.
And you can follow us at NDR513. That's us for this week. We out. Peace.
Holla.